My name is Monica. I'm currently studying abroad in France. I make studying, living abroad, and traveling content on YouTube, my blog, which is Thatsmoni.com, and my social media, which I'll be linking in the description box. Not only will I be teaching you how you can study abroad in France, but also how it's like living in France as a foreigner. If you want to learn more about how you can study abroad in France, then I recommend you to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I upload weekly videos, and activate the notification bell so that you will be the first one to know when I upload a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can study abroad in France for free. When you add the tuition, the living costs, plus the administration fees to study abroad in France, it can be really expensive. But don't get discouraged. Today I'm going to share with you 10 different things that you can do in order to study abroad for free in France, or almost for free. The first thing that I recommend you to do is look for scholarships. Now, if you're studying at a university in your country, then first thing that you need to do is to see which are the scholarships that your university offers in order to study abroad in France, and see if you're eligible. However, if you're currently studying in high school, then I'm going to share with you 3 different websites where you can find scholarships to study abroad in France. No matter if you're studying a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or a PhD, or even an internship. Number 1 is campusbourse.campusfrance.org. I'm going to leave you the links down below. In that website, you can find a lot of different scholarships for different fields. What I recommend you to do is to filter your options. So select what do you want to study. Do you want to study a bachelor's degree? Do you want to study a master's degree? Do you want to study a PhD? Do you want to do an internship? What do you want to do in France? Then you're going to select the field of studies. If you want to study something in social sciences, or if you want to study physics, mathematics, then you select the option. You also have to select your nationality because there are certain scholarships that are not eligible for certain nationalities, and you also have to select other options. Once you have selected all of your options, then you will be able to see which are the scholarships that you can apply for. Something that you have to do is to read the requirements, see if you're eligible, see which are the deadlines. Most of the times they have a contact email where you can ask all of your questions related to the scholarship. If not, then you can contact Campus France and they can help you out. Go to campusbourse.campusfrance.org. I'll leave you the links down below. And here you can find a lot of different scholarships. In here you can choose if you're looking for a scholarship to study, to do research, to do an internship, or to travel. In my case, it's to study, so I'm going to click study. Then I'm going to choose the level that I'm going to study at. So it'll be, for example, a bachelor's degree. Which subject? Let's look for psychology. It's not psychology, so it has to be humanities and social sciences. Nationality, well, I've come from the Americas. Now I have to look for Mexico. Then grants funded by, and you can choose here the option or not. You can see that according to all the filters that I just added, I have 7 different scholarships that appear. Now you have to read carefully which are the requirements and everything. And for example, this one, it's study grants in theology from the French Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs. Now, here's the program description. If you click here, you can see which is the criteria, and these are all of the nationalities that can apply for this internship. Here you can see for which subject area this scholarship is for, the level, so you can apply if you want to study a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. The language skills, so this is for French-speaking students. So if you do not speak French, then it says that you can still be selected, but basically you have to learn French. So you have to take that into consideration, and there are more criteria about this scholarship. Website number 2, ec.europa.eu. In this website, you will not only be able to find scholarships to study in France, but also study in European countries. There are scholarships for European citizens, but also for foreigners. So just keep that in mind and read the requirements to see if you are eligible. This is how the website looks like. Now you will find information about why to study in Europe, about the Europe project,
where can you begin your studies, and here you can see which are the opportunities about funding, visas, and all of that. And of course, like, you check out the country profile. For example, let's go to France. You have like a lot of information. For example, higher education in France. You can see that they have information about student visas and immigration, scholarships and financial support, the number of higher education institutions, which is 3,500, number of students in higher education, and a lot of different information. So we're going to go to scholarships and financial support because that is what we are interested in. As you can see here, they send you to the Campus France website, and you can find a lot of different like scholarships that France offers, your country offers, and like different programs offered to you and that you have access to. And as I told you before, you have to read really careful the requirements. Another thing is that if you come to France to study, for example, your bachelor's degree or a master's degree, then you have the opportunity to do Erasmus Plus, which is an exchange program, and you can also get a scholarship to do that.
Website number 3, goabroad.com. In this website, you will find a ton of different scholarships that you can apply to, and you can also filter your options so that you only see the scholarships that you can apply for.
Click on which program you're looking for. In this case, you want to study abroad, so you search for study abroad scholarships. Now you'll select your country. My case is Mexico, so I'll select Mexico. I'm studying psychology, so I search for my field, which is psychology. And here you can see that there are 14 different options for scholarships to study abroad in France for psychology. Now, if you want to know more about the details, you just click on read more. And here, like, you have all of the descriptions, when you have to apply, if you're eligible, the terms, when to apply, how to do it, and all of the information you need.
Option number 2 is to ask for a student loan. You can either ask for a student loan at your bank or to your family. This is really important because in order to receive a student visa in France, you have to prove to the government that you receive 615 euros per month so you can pay for your apartment, your studio, your student room, food, like everything that you need in order to live here in France. And that's really important. If you don't have that, then it can be a problem for you to receive your visa. So that's why it can be really important for you to ask for a student loan at your bank or to your family so that you have the amount of money that the government is asking for. And then what most people do is that they give back the money to their family. That's what they did. Another thing that you can do is to do a fundraiser where you explain what you want to study and like the reason why you're doing the fundraiser, because you need money to pay your studies, to pay for food, for accommodation, and all of that. And then people might actually give you money because they want to help you achieve your dreams. The fifth option is to take French classes. You can apply for a program where you have a scholarship that allows you to learn the language, and then once you are here in France, you can look for different universities where you want to study and you can apply for studying your degree next year. Option number 6, do a service civique in France. A service civique is basically a volunteer work in France. You can do it if you're 16 to 25 years old. You can either apply directly to the platform or you can go with an agency and then they can find a service civique for you. I did a service civique last year, so if you have any questions about how to do it as a foreigner, then leave me a comment down below so that I can know that you're interested in that video and then I can film it for you. The interesting part about the service civique is that the government gives you a certain amount of money in order for you to be able to pay for your accommodation and for food and possibly transport. The other cool thing about this is that you get access to work with different associations or institutions that you won't be able to work with if you didn't do it through a service civique. It's really hard to reach them or to be able to work with them. You do not need any special diploma in order to do a service civique. You can do it also if you're a foreigner. The only requirement for you is to be 16 to 25 years old. Number 7, save all the money that you can before you come to France. Save all the money that you've earned during your summer jobs, or if you have a job during the year, then save as much money as you can so you can come to France. Then you have a little bit of money while you're looking for a job in France, because it can take a while to find a job. So it's really important for you to have a certain amount of money so that you can like eat while you find a job in France. It takes around 2 months to find a job, and it can be really hard to do, but if you're really motivated and if you really need it, if you really want to have a job, then you will find a job. Like, you will look everywhere, you will talk with people, and you will eventually get a job. But just know that this is going to take a while. You have to go and give CVs directly to the restaurants, for example, to clothing stores. Sometimes you have to send them online. I'm going to do a video on how to find a job in France, so subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see that, and activate the notification bell so you will be the first one to know when I upload that video. Number 9. You can do an alternance. In France, there is this concept called alternance, which basically means that you study and you can work on your field. The interesting part about this is that you get to learn the theory, but you also get to apply it. You get to work in the field. You get to work at an enterprise where you do what you are actually learning in school. And you get paid. Number 10, if you searched online and you didn't find any scholarships, then what I recommend you to do is search for universities in other parts in Europe, because there are certain places where you don't have to pay any money. There are certain countries in Europe where you don't have to pay a tuition fee in order to study at university. What you have to pay for is for accommodation, for food, like living expenses in general. You can again search for scholarships, but in that other country, and you might be able to find one that will pay you, for example, 100 euros, and it will allow you to live in that place for free. Those are all of the 10 ways of how you can study abroad in France for free or almost for free. In a summary, the 10 things that you can do in order to study abroad in France for free or almost for free is to ask your university, in case you are studying a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, which are the scholarships that will allow you to study in France in your field. Number 2 is to look online for the scholarships that are available in your field in France. I leave the links in the description box of the 3 websites that I shared with you previously. Number 3 is student loans. Number 4 is Fundraiser. Number 5, apply for a scholarship to study French in France. Number 6, do a service civique in France. Number 7, save as much money as you can during the summer or during the year so you can study abroad in France. Number 8, find a student job in France. Number 9, do an alternance in France. And number 10, search for European universities where you can study for free and where you can find scholarships if you didn't find in France. Or also you can contact Campus France in order to receive guidance for you to be able to study abroad in France. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful, and I'll see you next week. I leave you here all of the links to my social media. I leave you the links down below. I'll also leave you the links to my blog, which is thatsmoni.com.
Call to shoot the shit and fill you in, we're reminiscing. Yeah. All the dumb things we did when we were